The first thing I want to start with is what do I use to do my trading analysis? So for me, you can see I have TradingView open. So I'll go ahead and close my Twitter there. So you can see I have TradingView open. So this is my preferred method of doing my analysis is TradingView. So just tradingview.com. You can sign up there directly. Um, and you don't, it's absolutely free to use and it has some great charting tools. So what my goal is in this session is just kind of go over what different charts I like to use, really basic things, and then if you guys want, and if it sounds good, I was hoping to actually go through a little bit more complex things as well. Say, like what are some trading analysis techniques I use in terms of like what's MA versus EMA versus MACD versus RSI. I'm going to go over them briefly. In other streams, I'll go over them in more detail, but it's going to give you a good overview of what all of these mean, so that at least you have an understanding of like where I'm coming from when I'm talking about those things, especially in my various posts on Twitter. So this is a sample of Bitcoin on a daily chart. So I'll just start really high level. So every tick here is a day. So essentially, when I'm moving my cursor here, you can see that the bottom it shows January 29th, the next one is January 30th, et cetera, et cetera. So essentially, every tick here is a day. So on the top left here in TradingView, you can see that you can change to different periods of time. So rather than having hour or daily ticks, you can have hourly ticks, 4 hour ticks. So, so for example, I click 1 hour. You can see here every individual tick here is 1 hour of time. Now, in the world of crypto, it's a little different than the world of typical trading. Um, so in the world of crypto, I'm just reading the comments while I'm going here. So yeah, so in the world of crypto, it's a little different than the world of the stock market, because the stock market closes at a certain time, but crypto is endless, right? So how do we figure out when the market closes? The market closes, and you can see on the bottom right here in terms of UTC. So for right now, UTC is 4 o'clock. So really, the trading day is just 4 hours in. I chose 8 p.m. PST because I knew that was one 4 hour tick into the new trading day. And so I could do a little bit more advanced analysis into what I expect to happen that next day, because we'd have at least one 4 hour tick in. So that's just why I chose 8 p.m. PST. I also work full time, so that also affects it. So having it after the work schedule is nice. But yeah, that's one of the main factors that helped me decide when to do my posts is, hey, I could say we're one 4 hour tick in. That'll really help me provide better analysis to you guys when we're talking short term, and like what's going to happen. So again, we're looking at the 1 hour chart of Bitcoin. We're talking UTC when we're talking crypto, because that's when the market closes. So I'm going to shift my attention here to the left. You can see here we have this nav bar with a bunch of various items. I'll go through some different things here, but you can draw trend lines on the left here. You can draw arrows. So a lot of this is what I do when I'm posting to Twitter. Is I'm using the various options here and just really outlining via arrows, via text, like what I'm seeing. And then I'm also using things like you can do date ranges, price ranges, Fibonacci retracements, which I'll go over really lightly today. I'll have a much more in-depth explanation of how it works in the future. But yeah, like Fibonacci retracements, Fib circles, etc. All of this is available here. So like sorry about that. So when you see people doing trading analysis, you'll see that TradingView logo in the bottom left. Like, this is pretty much the standard for everyone that does trading analysis. Um, cool. So let me see. Any questions on that, guys? Well, I think we all got it. Cool. Pretty straightforward so far. So then what's going on the top right here? So I've actually already set up a little watch list. So you can see here I have BTC USD, so Bitcoin US dollar, Ethereum versus the US dollar, Ethereum versus Bitcoin, VeChain versus US dollar, or it's actually Tether, but yeah, I won't go into too much detail about what I think about Tether, but it is a really big component of a lot of existing bots. So I use USDT as my focal point when I do VeChain US dollar comparison. VeChain Ethereum, VeChain versus Bitcoin, and then I have ADA on here. So why do I have Cardano? Well, I'll go into it in detail in a little bit, but there's strong correlation. If you guys have read my posts on Twitter, there's a lot of correlation between uh, Cardano and VeChain in terms of their runs. And so I'm going to walk through some of those correlations and why it's good to pay attention to Cardano. So today, now that got kind of the basics, I wanted to go over just quickly, like, I know some of you guys are going to be a little bit newer to crypto that are watching this. So, like, how is this, like, what is the VeChain Ethereum pair, and like what is VeChain Bitcoin pair? So, like, typically in the stock market, you have a stock versus like the dollar, right? Pretty much. And so, like, what is the price of a stock? And we kind of have that similar thing here in crypto with, crypto versus US dollar or USDT, but we also have a pairing with Ethereum and Bitcoin. So you can see that, essentially, like, most cryptocurrencies, when they're launched onto an exchange, they'll have a trade pair, not just with the US dollar, but also with Ethereum and also with Bitcoin, which kind of ties them together. And so you'll notice this trend right now, because there's those pairings, because bots are allowed to do trading against both, that cryptocurrency and Ethereum, or that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, in this case VeChain, you'll see the price correlate. So when Bitcoin goes down, now we're seeing VeChain going down. That's kind of like why these markets are so tied together. The reverse happens though also, right? Like when Bitcoin goes up, you'll see Ethereum go up, and it's because, hey, they have an Ethereum Bitcoin trade pair. And so a lot of money is pumped through those trade pairs. People are trading, bots are trading Ethereum into Bitcoin, Bitcoin back to Ethereum, and they're looking for certain price movements in order to figure out what's the optimal time to buy and sell by using a trading analysis. And so there's literally bots that are just sitting on these pairs, looking for specific things to occur. And again, I'll go through some of those trading analysis that these bots are even doing. And what are they looking for? What signals are they keying off of in order to buy and sell? So high level, that's what we're seeing on the right, and what these various pairs mean, and then kind of the lay of the land in terms of trading.